The first thing Daniel felt was turbulence. It started as a faint tremor beneath his feet, like the heartbeat of something uneasy beneath the clouds. The captain's calm voice had reassured the passengers that everything was fine, just a patch of bad weather. But Daniel wasn't so sure. He'd traveled enough to know the difference between light turbulence and the kind that makes the plane feel like a paper toy tossed into a storm. Outside, through the oval window, he could see nothing but a chaotic swirl of black clouds flashing with veins of white lightning. The rain lashed against the glass, so hard it sounded like fists beating on the fuselage. Daniel closed his eyes and gripped the armrest tighter. He was going home. After 3 long years working abroad in Germany, he was finally flying back to Pakistan. Back to the scent of his mother's cooking, to the noisy comfort of Lahore streets, to the warmth of family. He'd imagined this flight ending with hugs and laughter, not with lightning crawling across the sky like angry serpents. Hours passed in that electric prison of cloud and thunder. The plane shook, lights flickered, passengers whispered frantic prayers. At one point, oxygen masks dangled from the ceiling, swaying like ghosts. Then, almost miraculously, the shaking slowed. The engines roared steady again, and the cabin erupted in exhausted applause. They landed at dawn, the runway still wet with rain. Daniel stepped out into the humid morning air, his legs trembling, but he smiled. He was home, or close to it. Just one taxi ride stood between him and his family. The airport was quieter than usual. The storm had delayed many flights, leaving the terminal echoing with half-asleep travelers dragging their luggage. Outside, the streets glistened with rain. Yellow streetlights reflected in puddles like molten amber. "Taxi?" called a voice. Daniel turned. A man in his late 30s leaned against a black Toyota. He wore a leather jacket, half-zipped, his face rough but friendly enough. "Where to?" he asked. "Lahore City, Gulberg area," Daniel replied, adjusting his bag. "Sure thing, I'll take you there. Roads are a bit bad after the storm, but we'll get there." The man tossed Daniel's suitcase in the trunk. Inside the car, faint radio music played, a nostalgic old Urdu song that almost made Daniel smile. He texted his mother, "Just landed, on my way home." The taxi rolled out of the airport and onto the highway. The clouds hung low and heavy. The world outside tinted a dull gray. For a while, neither man spoke. The driver occasionally glanced in the rearview mirror, his eyes unreadable. "So, coming back from abroad?" the driver finally asked. "Yes," Daniel said, "after 3 years." The driver nodded. "You must have missed home." "More than I thought," Daniel said, chuckling softly. But there was something off about the man's tone, too flat, too detached, as though he was saying lines he didn't mean. Minutes stretched into an hour. The city should have been visible by now, but all Daniel could see were endless stretches of wet road, tall grass, and shadowy fields. He leaned forward. "This doesn't look like the main road to Lahore." The driver didn't answer. Daniel's heartbeat quickened. "Hey, I'm talking to you. You missed the turn back there." The driver's hands tightened on the wheel. "Roads are flooded there," he said. "I'm taking a shortcut." The driver's hands tightened on the wheel. There were no lights, no signs of life, just darkness. The storm clouds had returned, swallowing the stars. He checked his phone. No signal. Something inside him shifted from unease to fear. After another 10 minutes, the taxi turned off the main highway onto a dirt path that wound through what looked like farmland. The wheels splashed through puddles. "Stop the car," Daniel said firmly. No response. "I said stop the damn car." The driver finally glanced back, his eyes sharp and emotionless. "Sit back. You'll get where you need to go." The tone wasn't reassuring. It was final. Daniel's pulse hammered in his ears. He reached slowly for the door handle, but it was locked. His hand trembled slightly as he slid it back. "Where are you taking me?" he demanded. The driver didn't answer. Outside, flashes of lightning illuminated brief snapshots of the countryside. Broken fences, tall reeds, a solitary farmhouse in the distance. The rain had returned, hammering the roof of the car. Daniel tried calling his mother again. Still, no signal. The taxi came to a stop near an abandoned structure, half hidden by overgrown bushes. It looked like an old storage shed. The driver turned off the engine. Silence fell, broken only by rain. "Get out," the driver said. Daniel didn't move. "What do you want?" Then pulled something from his pocket, a small knife. The metal glinted in the faint light. "I said, get out." Daniel's stomach twisted. He pushed open the door slowly, the cold rain hitting his face like needles. It smelled of rust and damp wood. Broken furniture lay scattered. The driver shoved Daniel forward. "Sit down." Daniel obeyed, trying to think. His eyes darted around the room, an old chair, a rusted toolbox, a pile of ropes. His mind raced. He needed a plan, any plan. The driver paced, breathing heavily. "You foreigners," he muttered. "You come back rich, think you're better than us. You think we don't notice what you carry?" It clicked. This wasn't personal. The man thought Daniel had money. "Listen," Daniel said carefully, "I don't have much. You can take my wallet, my watch, whatever you want." The driver stopped pacing. "Oh, I'll take them, but not yet." He walked closer, his knife trembling slightly in his grip, a sign of nerves. That was good. Daniel could use that. "You don't have to do this," Daniel said softly. "You'll regret it." The driver laughed bitterly. "Regret stopped paying my bills a long time ago." Suddenly, a flash of lightning flooded the shed with white light. For a moment, both men froze. Then, instinct took over. Daniel grabbed the chair beside him and swung it hard. It crashed into the driver's arm, sending the knife flying. The two men struggled, slipping on the wet floor. Daniel's adrenaline surged. He punched wildly, his knuckles hitting flesh, then grabbed the driver's jacket and slammed him into the wall. The driver fell, dazed. Daniel didn't wait. He bolted through the door into the rain. The storm had become a monster again. Thunder rolling across the fields, rain slicing through the air. Daniel ran through the mud, heart pounding. Behind him, the driver's shouts echoed, then the crunch of footsteps chasing him. He spotted faint headlights in the distance, a road, maybe another car. Hope surged. He sprinted toward the light. The driver lunged from behind, tackling him into the mud. They wrestled violently, water splashing around them. The driver's hands wrapped around Daniel's throat. Daniel gasped for air, reaching desperately until his hand found a rock. He swung. Once, twice. The grip loosened. The driver slumped to the ground, motionless. Daniel stumbled up, coughing, shaking, rain mixing with tears on his face. He didn't look back. By the time he reached the road, the storm was dying. A passing truck slowed as he waved frantically. The driver, an older man, helped him climb in, startled by his mud-covered clothes and wild eyes. "Are you all right, Beta?" the man asked. Daniel nodded weakly. "Just take me to Lahore." As the truck rumbled away, Daniel looked back through the rain-streaked window. The darkness swallowed the fields once more. It felt unreal, as if he'd crossed into another world and barely escaped. When he finally reached home, dawn was breaking. His mother opened the door, eyes filling with tears. "You're safe," she whispered, pulling him into an embrace. Daniel didn't tell her everything. He just held her, listening to the distant rumble of thunder fading over the horizon. The storm was over. Outside, at least, but inside, it would never truly leave.